sometimes my counter is off comex. I'm gonna bring her in now, and when we can just kick off the conversation. So let me just add her in.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
I know we
hey,
just
hey,
spoke like
hey,
10
hey.
seconds ago.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. It looks like people are starting to come in, so maybe we can just kick this off. So as I mentioned, thank you again for doing this. So I do a ton of product reviews on my channel. I love
Yes.
highlighting the lesser known brands because I think it's very important to promote them because they are the ones that are doing things right. Those are the ones with the clean ingredients. Those are the ones with the care behind it. You care about your customers, you care about your image and your brand and all of that. And I think it's very important to give a face to these different, to give a name and a face and a personality to all of these brands. So thank you again for doing this.
Yes.
So I did prepare some questions for this just to, get the conversation moving, which I have closed down. I'm just gonna open them back up. And I did ask on my Instagram if anyone had any questions. So I do have a couple of questions that have come in. Largely there was some good overlap. So I guess we can just kick this off. And again, if there are any questions, comments, or anything, please feel free to jot them down in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer everyone. So I guess, Rhonda, just to kick this off, taking a little bit of a look at your background, it seems like you come from chemistry, which is really great to hear when you're talking about formulating products. So that's excellent. So I just wanted to hear a little bit about that. Were you in hair care before you started your own brand, or where did you start off?
Well, actually, I interned for five summers when I was in college at Helene Curtis. It's now called Unilever. So I work with Suave shampoo and conditioners, help formulate that, and first clear stick for a degree deodorant back in the day. So basically I was 18, working in the lab and, walking in there smelling all of these beautiful scents of just shampoo and conditioners. And it was just like, yes, this is where I need to be, and fast forward, having kids and so forth. I decided I switched to education, to actually, so that was more so to be conducive to, having kids and being at home. So I went back and got my master's in education. And so I taught high school chemistry. And so that is that progression. But then I'll go into the next question when you ask me about that one, about how I got into Inahsi. And that kind of goes into how I got into Inahsi.
Yeah, so I guess that was the second part of my question. So you have a background in chemistry. So you worked at Unilever, you went into education, you did high school chemistry. And then, so from there, how did you end up going back into hair? And yeah, I guess what was your draw towards natural hair? Was that something that was always a passion of yours, or did you just kind of stumble upon it? And sorry, I'm listening. The dog is scratching at my door. I got to open it. But
no problem.
Keep talking. I can hear you.
Okay. Well, so the progression was that, okay, so like I said, I went back to I went to school to get my master's in education. I had actually 4 children at the time, so went back and did that. Yes, so I went back and did that. And so when I taught there, I was actually the only African American teacher hired in the district that year. And the reason why I knew that is because they had a big orientation, like 300 and so odd teachers. And I'm looking around and I'm like the only brown, the brown person there. And so come to find out, I actually was the only African-American science teacher in the whole district as well. And so during that time, I experienced extreme racism. And so it was very devastating for me. I mean, I love teaching. I mean, that's what I love to do. I love chemistry. And so to actually have to step down from that was extremely hard for me. So Inahsi was really,
like you were pushed out, or it was just like it was an uncomfortable situation, or what? Why
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Racism, and you were kind of just pushed out of the.
Yeah, it wasn't those microaggressions. It was those too, but it was actually out blatant, like, death threat. So it was no. Yeah. So anyway, so basically from there, it was one of the most, trying times in my life. And I'm just like, what am I going to do? And so I love natural hair. I had been natural for like over 10 years. I was like, involved in like the, it was called Faux key. It was like a little community where you talk about natural hair and stuff. Back in the day, it's like 20, so look, long time probably before you. But anyway,
yeah, I've only been natural a year, so.
Oh wow! So yeah, it was back in the day. But just being around a community, and people would show their recipes and show how they would do things. So I've always had a love and an interest for hair, and I, like I said, I was natural for that time. I just never thought like, wow, I can actually make my own products, And so, it was one of those times where, my husband and my family, they were like, you know what, you're a chemist. Why don't you make your own products? I mean, and so I was like, really? They was like, yeah, the natural people are making it in their kitchen, and I was like, really? So I started to mix it up in my kitchen. I started to research, and I gave it to family and friends. They loved it. We debuted 2012 at it's a Christmas beauty bazaar at Rachel O here in Chicago event, and it did really well. We set up a booth, and from there we my husband has an MBA, and so from there we set everything up, get them, the LLC, all of those, the bells and whistles on the back end that we really don't see. We set everything up, and it was Being Free Comes Naturally was our name. It was really long. Being Free,
what?
Being Free Comes Naturally was the name. Okay. Yes. So of course, so that .com was really long, right? So it's like, we have to like bring this down, And so I really wanted the name to speak to what it is that we are, what the mission and the message of it. So Inahsi comes from a Latin word, inahsi, which means innate. It means to be born into. And so you'll see on our bottles, loving the you that you're born into. So, and that's what the message, no matter how your kinks, coils, and curls come out of your head, we celebrate you. We're loving the you that you're born into. And so that's how Inahsi was birthed. So I often tell people,
I don't even have to say that.
one of the trying times, and it's like, you may think, and I often tell people, that was Inahsi was birthed out of that time, but you just never know. Just keep going, even though you may have trying times in your life, you just keep pushing, and there's a blessing in that. And look, now I'm able to teach to people all over the world. I'm able to connect and do what I love, and so it's really a blessing.
Yeah. So speaking of that, so you just mentioned that you're able to share your products and teach people all over the world. I was on your live when you talked about how you are now EU certified. Yes. Congratulations on that. And I'm sure people would love to hear about that. So what does that mean exactly? And why should your customers care? Pretty much. What does that indicate?
Okay, so to be so we've actually became EU compliant. It was a very extensive process. Basically we're able to, of course, when you're EU compliant, your products are under scrutiny, your formulations, your manufacturers. So it's almost like a third party that's saying, you know what, these products are of high quality. It's like the gold standard. So I'm a teacher. So, when a student does well, they get that gold sticker, right? It's like you're top, you're A+, right? And so that's one portion of it to be EU compliant, is to say, you know what, your processes, your products, your raw materials, your manufacturing processes, all of those things are top notch. And it's to say too that the regulation it's a really strenuous process, but to go through that and just to let the customers know as well. So for us, it was a gold star standard. Like, yes, we're actually doing what's right in our manufacturers, we're on it, our raw material. So, but also to our customers to let them know, look, we care about you and the processes and everything that we do. We not only love you for who you are, but we love you so much that we want to make sure that our products are safe for you. They are, that they are safe and good, and they actually work. So that's another thing, that the products actually work.
Yeah, I love that, because there seems to be a lack of transparency in natural hair products. There are probably other products as well. It's just that I'm not looking into those, so I can't speak to it. But that's pretty much why I created the website that I did at uptightcurls.com, where I pretty much just I'm telling you everything about the ingredients, and we're looking at brands and products by the ingredients that are in there, because a lot of times I can go onto the websites and they will have the product, they'll have what they're for, and then that's it. They don't even tell you what the ingredients are, because it's not, you don't have to buy law listed on their website. You kind of just have to wait until you get the product. And it's like, oh, there's poison in here. That's great. I should have known that before I bought this. So it's really fantastic that you did that. I didn't know that they looked at they look at your manufacturing process, pretty much everything from the ground up.
Everything. Almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 months. Yeah, and then you know what? But during COVID and everything, it was like, well, we're here anyway, so let's it was almost like getting a second degree, almost.
No, so that's really fantastic.
Yes. Thank you.
So I guess the next question. Sorry, I'm reading up my questions a little.
No problem.
So, in your opinion, how do your products stack up against the ones that you're going to find in the drugstores? I guess the ones that more people are going towards because they see them out there. Why Inahsi versus other products?
So why us, right? And that's the question that I get asked a lot. Why Inahsi? And Inahsi basically, first of all, our products are top notch. You can, hands down, our products are the products, like go-to products. So foundation wise, I mean, our shampoos, conditioners, styling products, but they do what they say. And that's one of the number one things that our customers say, your products actually do what they say they're going to do. And
that's rare.
Yeah, right. And ultimately, I am a chemist, so I formulated the products. A lot of times, I mean, a lot of companies, you see that they hire me. They would hire someone like me, where they would, or they would have, basically, they're like a marketing firm. They don't formulate, they don't manufacture, they use a co-packer. We make our products. I formulated them, we manufacture them, we distribute them, we do everything in the process, which is rare. So that sets us apart. I'm a chemist. My husband is an manufacturing engineer. So he designed the processes himself. And so that's something, that if you're in manufacturing, that making a pot, having it in your kitchen, a stock pot versus going to a larger scale where you're talking about 100-gallon drums. That process, that is not, you have to make sure that product works just like it did in your kitchen versus on a larger scale. And that takes processes, that takes that takes a lot,
That must be one of the hardest things about having like a hair brand or pretty much any product. You need that methodolization. You need everything to be exactly the same. So I guess that's all built into your manufacturing process. I guess you have to dot your I's and cross your T's and all that kind of stuff on everything that you create, which is
exactly. And so that sets us apart from the rest. We and those things are rare, and so that's something that we put our hat on, that we are a world-class product that can compete on a global scale. So that's something that we're pretty proud of.
This all sounds great. I mean, I'm on your lives all the time, so I've heard all this stuff. I'm glad to share this with my audience as well. So I guess for someone who has never tried your products, so they're still in my queue. I haven't even tried them yet. They're definitely something that is like, I have had my eyes on them for a really long time. What would you recommend for first-time buyers? And do you cater to certain hair types, or do you think that all of your products are just good for like coily, kinky, curly textures? Like, how would you recommend someone shops your products?
So what I tell people is that we have an Inahsi Essentials collection. And so that Inahsi Essentials collection covers the 4 key components to healthy hair that we really highlight at Inahsi: cleanse, condition, moisturize, and seal. Those are the 4 key components to healthy hair. So our Inahsi Essentials covers that. So you'll get the shampoo and the conditioner, the rinse out conditioner, and then you'll have the leave-in, which is get the moisture, and then you'll have the styling product, which can either be our custard, it can be our custard, our curl cream, or in our Island Breeze hair and body butter. So and how do you pick from those essentials is based upon, we look at your curl type, but more so if you're coarse hair, or if you are fine hair, that's how we break it down as far as which Inahsi essential is best for you. Okay, so that's how we.
And is that indicated in the descriptions? Like, how would you, if you go to the website, it tells you it's.
And actually, we have it broken down to actually hair type, because honestly, a lot of people, that's how they hair typing is not going anywhere. So,
no matter how many times
it's not going. So that's how we organize it, but then we do break it down as to your hair, what, like if your hair is coarse or kinky, but or wavy, so that's kind of how we, when you go to our website, you'll see the various breakdowns.
I know. So I've been listening to a lot of clubhouses and just like, natural hair discussions in general. And people are always talking about the most important thing being when you're looking at products is porosity. Do you agree with that somewhat, or do you think it's more about the texture of your hair?
I think it's more about texture. Because when you're looking at somebody who, for example, we have an Island Breeze hair and body butter, right? If somebody with fine hair, that would be too heavy for them. Like a butter on their hair would be too heavy, whereas somebody who is more of a coarse hair texture would be, that they could handle that. Or so yes, porosity, it doesn't have it, the gist of porosity is basically how well the product is absorbed into your strands. But ultimately, or water, how it does. But ultimately, when you're choosing products, I believe that your density and your texture are more important.
I completely believe that. I feel like it has to do with when you have lower, higher porosity hair. It's more about your routine and not the products you're using. Like, how are you applying it to your hair? Are you using steam? Are you using heat? Are you doing this?
Right.
I don't have high porosity, so I don't know as much how to take care of it. I feel like you use any products with great ingredients, because the great ingredients are strengthening your strands, they're increasing blood circulation in your scalp, they're, repairing, adding protein or whatever to your. Do you actually have protein treatments in addition to moisturizing, or what's your setup in that?
We do have a deep conditioner. We have our mango hemp restorative hair mask, and so it is it has protein, it has silk amino acids, as well as hydrolyzed oats. So the silk amino acids actually help they penetrate the hair strand and they protect the hair, from the elements. So if you're any type of wear and tear, that silk amino acids will help to protect that. And you have hydrolyzed oats, which is more of a film former. So those work on the outside of your hair. So it covers both aspects of any damage that you would have. So it is very much moisture balance. So the protein moisture balance is key. And so it has that as well. So it does have moisturizing ingredients as well as protein to balance it out.
Okay, great. So that, in your opinion, would that be like a weekly product, or would that be when you feel like
that would be I use it weekly, but I tell people at least once a month. You want to use something. That's how you trying to get protein back into your regimen. And our deep conditioner at least once a month. Of course, some people use it weekly, some people use it every 2 months or whatever. But it just depends on your hair and how what you need at that time. But definitely our deep conditioner, hands down, will get your hair soft, will get it moisturized, will get those curls popping. Instantly, you notice a difference. I'm telling you, it's one of those holy grail products that everybody is just like, oh my goodness, this is in my regimen, so yes. And I'm not just saying that because I formulated, I'm telling you, and if people are on here, people are on here, I'm not. Yeah.
Now your customers, they're probably not lying. There's nothing in it for them, so you know what you're talking about. So it looks like we have a question from someone. So I have some particular questions from perspective of skin sensitivity. If my scalp condition consists of sores and open wounds on the scalp, what cleanser can I use?
Woo!
So,
open
wounds. What is
open wounds?
A little bit more information about the open wounds, because that would be. I feel like anything would.
Anything would be. Yeah.
Yeah, can you give a little bit more information on that one? Secondly, what would the pH of the cleanser be? Do you prescribe to slightly acidic formulations for dry, textured, coarse hair?
Yes, actually, absolutely. The our products are pH balanced, so our conditioners will fall in the range of 4.5 to 5.5 pH, which is ideal for optimum for hair. Our shampoos are a little bit more. You have the pH, but they fall on the more so the acidic side. The clarifying will be have a little bit higher pH, but for the most, yes, they are color safe, so you can use it on color treated hair because the pHs are in the more so the acidic range than the basic range.
She said you have seborrheic dermatitis. I'm not sure what that is. I guess Rhonda, do you know?
She said she has what?
Seborrheic dermatitis and psoriasis.
Okay. people, first of all, I am not a dermatologist, so I always recommend people for scalp conditions always go see your dermatologist. Like that's the first thing. Now, our products have been used with people who have that, and they feel like it has really helped their scalp, because it has the peppermint, lavender, and rosemary in it, which really helps those, like the triple trifecta of scalp health. And so I always tell people, go to your dermatologist. That's the first line of defense. And if you want to try it, we do have sample sizes available. So we have 2 ounces. So if you want to just try it out to see how your scalp responds, you can do that in your, it's 2-ounce bottle, and if you like it, if you realize your hair is doing great with it, then we do have 8 ounce and we do have 16. So that's my recommendation.
Okay. And so Old Royce, you asked, do you have any protein-free products?
Protein-free products, yes. We have our Gentle Cleansing Shampoo is protein-free. Our Aloe Hibiscus Leave-In Conditioner does not have protein. And our Island Breeze does not, hair and body butter does not have protein.
Okay, great. And then we have another question here. I live in Arizona and have to deal with extremely hard water and dry hair. Can I use your products even if I do have a water softener?
Yes. Our products are, our Gentle Cleansing Shampoo is great for that, as well as our clarifying shampoo for hard water. Our clarifying shampoo will remove buildup. If you there are certain ingredients you can look for that will detect if something can remove hard water. You have those, like a chelating shampoo. EDTA is one of those ingredients that if you have on there, you can know that'll remove product mineral buildup. But if you want something a little bit more natural, citric acid also is known to help remove those minerals, hard water deposits from your hair. And so our Gentle Cleansing Shampoo does have citric acid in it. And so, but if you really want to, like a chelating, something that on the shampoo that says chelating, and you definitely can use that to remove any mineral deposits.
Okay. So before I go on to the rest of the questions, I just wanted to get back. We were talking about the whole protein process and making sure that you get that in every 3 to 4 weeks. I actually think it's great that you mentioned that, because I myself have been having an issue, or I had an issue, I guess, like 2 to 3 weeks ago. In my process, before I started my YouTube channel, I was doing protein treatments every 4 weeks. But because I do my brand reviews and I do 3 weeks per brand, because I want to see how things really work in my hair, I no longer have this process every 3 to 4 weeks. I'm using protein treatment. So I've been doing that for several months now, and I noticed, I think it was probably 2 wash days ago, and I did a video about it, that my hair had gotten ultra elastic. Like it just felt really, really weird. Like when I was doing my hair in the shower, I would be pulling out a knot, and my hair would just like stretch and stretch and stretch. It wasn't breaking, but it just stretched, and I noticed that was something new. And it just turns out that I needed a protein treatment. So I ended up doing I did a Prepoo with a protein deep conditioner, and that actually solved my problem. But then I realized, like, I really need to somehow work it in, because I spend 3 weeks of brand. I don't like taking breaks. It's just a really long time to move on to the next brand. But those are the kind of things that you really have to pay attention to, because I know a lot of YouTubers that do natural hair videos, they sometimes let their hair suffer because they're not doing what they need to do, because they're trying to keep up reviews. So it's something that I've now experienced firsthand. You really do need to do protein treatments every 3 to 4 weeks, or at least I do. I mean, like, and I have low porosity hair. Right. And I know it's more important for high porosity.
Right. And then too, a lot of people have vilified protein, which I just don't know where they vilify it. They vilified a lot of products, a lot of ingredients, a lot of things. And so, but protein is one of those vilified ingredients, but it's so essential. Your hair is made up of protein. Your hair thrives. And usually, a lot of times we are good with moisture. We're good. Like, I think as curly girls, we know that our hair gets dry. So we're instantly infusing moisture constantly, but we forget about our hair needs that protein moisture balance. And you need that protein in your hair to balance things out. So exactly like you said, if your hair is like mushy, limp, your curls aren't springing like they should. You may even to the point you can experience breakage if you have not enough protein. So a lot of people say moisture overload, protein overload. I like to look at it as not enough protein and not enough protein and too much moisture. So
it makes it seem less dramatic. Yeah.
Exactly. Change the conversation, change your dialect. It's like, because it's a saying that it's overload, that means that it's bad. It's that stigma to it. But it's just like, no, you just need more moisture if you feeling like your hair is just super dry, or you haven't had a protein treatment. All your products are protein free. Like, that is something that it should not be. All your products, look at your ingredients. All your products should not be, it should have some type of protein in there, because that your hair needs that. And so that's a lot of times I think that's what people miss the mark sometimes.
Yeah, I just want to note this. One of the reasons I think I've been able to go so long without needing like a full protein treatment is also when you said look at the ingredients. There are so many natural strengthening ingredients out there that not necessarily proteins, but like a lot of Ayurvedic herbs and
right.
I have all those in the ingredients tab on my website. But there are so many strengthening ingredients you can use that can just tide you over. So maybe instead of having to do like a protein treatment, I mean, like not like an apogee, but like a protein conditioner. Every few weeks you can get away with going a little bit longer. But that's the reason it's so important to look at the ingredients in your products. Because if there are too many moisturizing ingredients and not enough strengthening ingredients, you can get yourself into a little bit of trouble.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so it looks like there's some questions here. So this is about the psoriasis and that dermatitis. So I'm already prescribed something, but that is my treatment shampoo. I would like a midweek gentle shampoo. So you're saying that you would like to use something in addition. So
yeah, try our gentle cleansing. Yes, our gentle cleansing shampoo is great. It is. I actually have it back here, but it's a it's gentle. Our gentle cleansing shampoo is in the mint green bottle. So if you go to that's and actually it's gentle because the surfactant that is used is more so, they call it, like, the name is baby foam. So it's gentle, like, enough for the baby, the surfactant that is used to cleanse the hair. And so it also has conditioning agents in it too. So it really lathers. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
My mom called me just now.
I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Mom.
My iPad and cut everything out. I can hear you. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
So it does lather, and it also is actually, you can detangle with it. It's just that conditioning. So try it out and see what you think.
I think you do have a clarifying shampoo too, right?
Yes, we do have a clarifying shampoo. Now, a lot of people ask what's the difference between the clarifying shampoo and a gentle cleansing shampoo. The clarifying shampoo is very essential to remove product buildup, because no matter what, even if you don't use silicones or anything of that nature, conditioners, styling gels, we do mousse gel, mousse, all of these, we're piling up products on our hair, right? We use a lot of products, right? So we need something we need a reset. And so a reset would, that clarifying shampoo helps to do that.
Okay, great. So another question, are your products scented?
Yes.
I guess, do you mean like, is she using fragrance specifically? Is that the question? So I guess, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear you. Okay, there you are.
Okay.
So are your products scented? And I guess
yes.
Do you mean like, are you using fragrance, or like, what are you using to scent your product?
Well, we use a mix of, essential oils, as well as fragrances, synthetic fragrances, and man-made fragrances. So we do both. So I can tell you, our gentle cleansing shampoo, conditioner, our shampoos and conditioners are all, essential oils like peppermint, lavender, rosemary. That's how those are scented. And, our other ones, I'm just trying to think here. Our aloe, our fragrances, another thing, aren't overpowering. They're scented, but they're not like extremely, like knock you out, and they don't linger as well. So it's just people, like that as well, that they, you put it on and it just blends in. You're not walking around smelling like a Starburst, but you know, sometimes, but they do smell really good. They're really so yeah. And you know what? And honestly, a lot of products, if you certain products, you need fragrance. Like I think if you was to smell some of the actual raw, like like just the raw materials and the end result of some conditioners and so forth, it wouldn't. It's not the best scent, you know. Sometimes, I mean, and I guess that varies to people, but it's really fragrances really do help not only, you know, make it smell good, but it does mask some of that, like I guess synthetic type that you will smell that all conditioners have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, there are some things that you need to. There are some things that you just need to mask.
Yeah.
I mean, in the honest, you don't want to walk around smelling badly after you just washed your hair. So.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we have. Do you have a lighter oil in the works as an alternative to the Island Breeze?
Yes, we do. Yep. And that's how, yes, we do. We actually do. I'm pretty excited. We do have new products coming down the pipeline, and we actually do have a lighter oil that's coming. Yes.
Okay. So is I don't know about the Island Breeze. Is the Island Breeze a particularly heavy one? Is that like a castor oil kind of based one, or what is
it's a butter. So it is actually, it has but you know, but the thing is that it melts into your skin. I use it every day, especially getting out the shower. It is by far you know, you think of butters being heavy for your hair per se, but this one is really, it doesn't leave like that film. It actually melts into your skin, and it really causes for smells delectable. But it's one of our best sellers. Actually, that Island Breeze is the first product that I formulated. That's a long story. I'll tell you about that one, but another day, another time. But our Island Breeze is our baby, and we've tried so many times to actually discontinue it because, especially in the summer months. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out a little bit, but I can hear you.
You know what? I have
in the comment section if you're having any trouble hearing.
Yeah, I have my the Yeti mic here, so I'm speaking through here. Usually, well, in the summertime, you know, butters melt, right? They melt. And so we actually like said, well, you know, for the summer we wasn't going to, this was some years ago. So we said, you know what, we're going to stop making it for the summer. We'll bring it back up in the fall when the weather gets nicer, gets cooler. And do you know, we got so many DMs, so many emails like, what happened? Where's the Island Breeze? What are you guys doing? And we were just like, well, because we want to
make transit.
Yes, it was melting in right. So we were just like, you know, yeah. So we were just like, just to cut out all of that. I mean, people were like, you know what? I don't care. I'll put it in the refrigerator. I'll do it. I mean, literally, I have never seen so much backlash. I was like, okay. So we don't do that anymore. We just say, you know what? I mean,
people get serious about their products.
They do, and it's like you cut in on my. This is my holy grail. And you're just saying, nope, we're not gonna make it anymore. Sorry, you know. It was like, whoa. So yeah, but it's so funny because I was just like, okay, well, we'll work because it's the customer. You know, it's not about me and not about us and not about anything. It's about what they want, and that's how you know, a successful brand that you know, it's not even about you. You know, it's about what do your people want, and you have to listen to that. And so yeah, we figured it out. We had ice packs. We did all. So now we do ice packs. We'll make the extra expense to put the ice packs in there, and just tell them as soon as you get it, put it in the freezer, let it, you know, get where it is, keep it in the refrigerator, and people have no problem with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, good to hear. Okay, so another question. So chelated shampoos tend to be extremely stripping. Are your shampoos stripping?
No, not at all. Our shampoos are not stripping at all. And that's a testament
to clarifying one.
Not even to clarify. Now, not even to clarify. Actually, some people, it depends, and they say, "Oh, wow," they say the gentle cleansing feels clarifying, and I'm like, no, we don't. There's a difference. Like, I'm a chemist, so it's like the gentle cleansing is not the clarifier, so you can't use that to say I'm going to just use a gentle cleansing to clarify. No, that's not what it does, and it's not going to do that because the surfactant that's in it is not designed to do that, to remove the buildup, but yet. We do our clarifying but it also has that. Remember, it has hydrolyzed oats in it. It has that protein. So as well, it has that. Remember, I told you about the film former. So it actually has the hydrolyzed oats in there, which is the protein to help to repair the hair. But it also allows for your hair not to be totally stripped as well. Of what you may feel like stripped. And then that's a whole nother topic of stripping, because that's relative to people, like, because
I've heard that a lot, that for a lot of people, they find things stripping if they use a little bit too much. Like when you're using African black soap shampoos, if you had to put a whole bunch of it in your hair, it can feel really stripping, but like I'll use an African black soap shampoo. I won't put in a ton. It can feel moisturizing depending on what else in there. So it also has to come with how you use the product.
How you do, exactly. Yep.
Another question here. So if someone has virgin hair with a tendency to dryness, would a dedicated protein treatment be necessary as opposed to a conditioner or mask that's balanced?
Okay, can you repeat?
Dedicated protein deep conditioner. So if someone has virgin hair, tendency to dryness, would a dedicated protein deep conditioner be necessary as opposed to a conditioner or mask that's balanced? When you say balanced, do you mean like moisture protein balanced? I mean, as someone with dry virgin hair, I feel like I still do need protein deep conditioners, as I've noticed recently.
Sorry, absolutely. So just because when she say virgin, she means what? Like no color treated? She means because
no relaxer. That's my assumption.
Right. That's what I said. No relaxers.
That's my assumption.
What does she mean when she say virgin?
Oh, you said never mind. This was answered. Sorry.
Oh.
The next one said never mind. It was answered. Sorry. If you're referring to something else, let me know. But yeah, let us know if we need to get back to that. The original Curly Girl says henna is a protein treatment. Love it. Yeah, the treatment that I did last week to reset my hair is my Prepoo. It had henna as the first ingredient. So yeah, that did a great job to reset my hair. We can hear Rhonda crystal clear. The host is muffled. That would be me. Okay, I didn't realize that. Have I been muffled this whole time? All right. Let me know in the comment section if you still can't hear me. So it is. I use Island Breeze and leave-in faithfully on my husband's beard and everything on me.
Oh, good. Great. Yes, and that's another thing. Men love the Island Breeze and the leave-in. So I'm telling you, I mean, and this is more, if your husband has more of a coarse hair texture, the beard, oh my goodness, if you get that Island Breeze and that aloe hibiscus leave-in, get that moisture, and then put on the Island Breeze, their beards are like smooth, like it's just like soft, like it's just amazing. We've and it's so funny because the Island Breeze is one of those things that a lot of people say the women who buy it, they have to hide it from their husbands. And
I've heard that before.
One thing it was that somebody told me that they got the Island Breeze in the mail and they didn't know. They ordered it, and so their husband took it and hid it in the cabinet. And so they were like just in the cabinet looking. They had forgot all about that they ordered it. And they're like, wait, what? It was so funny when they told me that, like, he hid it from her because he wanted it for himself, but she ordered it for her. It was like, oh my goodness, that was just funny.
Yeah, I see a lot of product lines are coming out, or rather a lot of brands are coming out with product lines specifically catered to beards. I assume it would work. I mean, the products that work on your hair would work on beards in general, right? I mean, I feel like part of that might just be marketing. Whatever you're producing for your hair is good for beards as well. People are probably not relaxing their beards, so anything that works for natural hair probably works for a natural beard.
Right.
My Hypo Pro, hey, thanks for joining. Sounds like I came in at the right time. When I hear protein and not stripping, I come running. Exactly. So moisturizing deep conditioners with some, moisturizing deep conditioner with some proteins way down the list, meaning virgin. Okay, and then virgin meaning no heat damage or relaxers or anything. Yeah. So did we answer this question though about whether or not you would need protein treatments instead of just sorry. Can you just let me know if you still have this question about the protein and the virgin hair, and we'll get back to that. Sorry, I think we were waiting to see if you still had that as an open question. I'm a faithful user of the Inahsi products, especially the cleansers and conditioners, and they are absolutely phenomenal. I swear by the clarifying shampoo.
Oh, great. Thank you. Love it.
Kind of reminds me of the Old Spice commercial where the woman wants to use her man's body wash. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Right.
Exactly. So let me see if I had a couple more questions. And if anyone else has anything else to ask, let us know. So I feel like we might have actually talked through most of this. I guess I have a question because I know a lot of people do this. What are your thoughts on protective styling for growing your hair? Do you think that's a better way, or do you think if you just take care of your hair and leave it out just to live in the world itself, if that works just as well?
You know what makes protective style work a good thing is that you have to make sure that your hair that you are moisturizing, even still. So say if you have braids, for example, you still have to make sure that you're cleaning your scalp is ultra it's super important. It's super important that your scalp health is essential. So you have to make sure that your hair is clean. Okay. So that doesn't mean you keep your braids in for 3 months and you never wash it and it's dirty and and you're just like, okay, my hair is grown. Because guess what? When you take those braids out, you have knots in your hair and you're going to have to cut most of it off. So any length that you have obtained is going to be gone. So yes, if you have low manipulation, your hair is just going to naturally grow. You have shed hairs. I mean, that's just natural. The only thing that I would recommend is that you have to make sure that you're doing the same procedures that you would if you are if your hair was out. And also do not have it tight. That is traction alopecia is one of those things that you just don't want, and so it doesn't make your style look any better. I will say, it doesn't matter. You don't sacrifice the look for your actual scalp health and for your hair health. So make sure that your styles are not super tight. But yes, your hair can grow with weaves and wigs, and because you're covering it, you're protecting it, you're not it's going to grow. Hair grows. Like that's not the thing is not if your hair will grow. Your hair is going to grow, period. The difference is that your hair, you're looking at length retention. How can I retain the length so that's what we want? We want, hair down to our backside, that's what you want to be able to retain that length. Okay. Yeah. And so how do you do that? You have to make sure your hair is cleansed, make sure it is conditioned, make sure that you're moisturizing, make sure you're locking in that moisture. So those are all things that you need no matter what style that you have.
So it sounds like it comes down to, I don't want to say like lifestyle, but I mean, maybe it depends on what it is that you're doing. But if you're able to keep your hand out of your hair, keeping your hair out, it's still low manipulation is totally fine. If you can't keep your hand out of your hair, you're pulling at it, you're pulling your,
exactly.
Then maybe put your hair away because that's what you need to do to grow your hair.
Exactly. So low manipulation. I'm sorry.
You also want to be able to enjoy your hair. So it's also nice to be able to put your hands in there, but then that's a preference thing.
Exactly.
I would miss my hair if I put it away. So let's see. What would you recommend for high porosity hair from your product selection?
So to those who don't know, because porosity, a lot of people don't even know what that is. And so I often say in answering porosity questions, porosity, is basically the way in which your hair absorbs product or water. And so if you are high porosity hair, I'm just explaining that, then usually the cuticle is lifted. So a lot of times that we look at more so, that's more on the hair is damaged, because your cuticle should be flat. That's a normal cuticle, is that the cuticle is flat. But when you're high porosity, the cuticle is lifted. So that means that the product can go in very quickly, but then it leaves. Okay, so that means that if you're looking at what product to choose, based upon your porosity, if you're looking at that, then you want something that has protein in it, because what protein does, it actually goes in there and it slows down the moisture process of leaving. That's what protein, that's what you need. And also creams. So creams are your friend, conditioners are your friend as well, because those actually stick to the hair. So conditioners love hair that is more so high porosity, the cuticle is lifted, more so damaged, I would say. So, and I know damage is one of those loaded words, but conditioners, they're plus charges, so they need to stick to the hair. The hair is negatively charged, right? So high porosity hair, you're going to benefit from like our aloe hibiscus leave-in conditioner, our deep conditioner, so our conditioners are so we have two. We have a rinse out conditioner. We have a deep conditioner. We have I'm thinking about our curl cream. That's another one. Our curl cream is great. So you just, when you're picking out products, though, I don't want you to just totally say, this is my porosity, this is how I'm picking products. I said once before, what is your texture? What is your hair texture? Are you fine hair? Is your hair coarse? Is your hair, do you have thick hair? Thick hair where you can't see the scalp, that's thick hair. Or do you have thin hair where you can see your scalp? So those are things that you need to look for when you're choosing products, okay? So that's my recommendation, but I just wanted to clarify about porosity, because I think a lot of people probably don't know what it is, or they don't understand how it plays with your hair and all of that and ingredients.
So just thinking from like a completely just common sense point of view, if the cuticles are open with high porosity hair, would using something like your what is it, the island braids, that sealing butter, does that help to keep the cuticle closed and keep the moisture inside the strands? I would think sealing oil is more important than anything with high porosity. That's exactly. And so, but as I said before, now if you have fine hair, okay, you can use the island breeze. I'm not saying you can't, but a little, you just need a little, because I've had customers too who have fine hair and love it. I mean, especially with frizzy. So frizz is another thing that people struggle with, and they like, oh my goodness, my hair is frizzy, which, hey, frizz, look, embrace the frizz, right? But my hair is frizzy. I can't do anything about it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, I need to stop this frizz. And, and that's with all the dew points. And then, you know what, you got to be a meteorologist. And I'm like, you know what, this is just too much. That's where it gets off into like the dew points. And then I'm like, you know what, this is just, it's too much. It's too much. And that's why a lot of people, I think that's why a lot of people go back and they're just like, you know what, I'm going back to my relaxer, or, you know what, this is because it seems like it's so many rules. It's so much, you got to do this and you can't do this and don't you. And it's like, you know what, stop it. Just do back to the basics. All you got to do is make sure your hair is clean, make sure that you're conditioning your hair, make sure that you're getting that moisture, and make sure you're getting that protein, which is the sealing. And that's it. That's the basic. Now, of course, you need trims. Of course, you start deep. There's other steps to it. I'm not saying that that's everything, but if you're feeling overwhelmed and you feel like this is just too much, just go back to the basics. Do the basics. My hair is clean. Sometimes that's all you can do is just shampoo and condition your hair. That's and throw on a cream. It's fine, and I just want to really drive that point home, because it can be so overwhelming and it's frustrating for me. I've been natural for over 20 years, and it's frustrating for me to see how people are so discouraged. They come into this and because they just feel like it's too much. It's too many rules. It's too many regulations. It's just too much. And so I just want to let people know, keep it simple. Just keep it simple.
I feel like it would be very difficult if you have natural hair and you can't tolerate frizz. So I feel like that's, to your point, I think that's one of the things that you have to learn to embrace. I mean, there could be situations where your hair looks frizzy because it's breaking. And that's a whole other situation. So you work on strengthening your hair, moisturizing it, and keeping it healthy.
Right.
And but yeah, when it comes to just like frizz, I mean, like something with me, like I take really good care of my hair. I think it's in really good shape, but my hair's frizzy, and like I can't do anything about it. I'm trying for like a year, so I'm just let it go. I've let it go.
Right. You know, it's like we have other things to we have other things to worry about, and I wouldn't say worry because it becomes a burden.
I can't do more.
Right. Right.
Yeah, my hair isn't frizzy on day one, but I mean, like the products are only going to seal my hair and make it, smooth for so many hours.
Right.
I have a question here. So I saw the Inahsi products were used on Coming to America. What was that experience like?
Oh yes. Oh wow. That it was actually great. Carla, which she's such a dream. I love Carla. She was the head of hair for the movie, and so she reached out to us. It was actually 2019 when they filmed it, and I was just like, okay, wait, Coming to America, no brainer. Is this because it's iconic? Like, okay, we have to be involved with this. So we sent the product to her and everything, and so it was literally just came out, but they had wrapped in 2019. So I was sitting holding this for like a year and a half. Like I was like, oh my goodness. But and when it came out, it's really amazing how our brand, I started this in my kitchen and now it's on like motion picture, and so, and the cast loved it. That means even more so to me that they love the products and that they used it and they're like, they love it. So that's like the ultimate for me to like, okay, yeah, we created products, but do they work and do people like them? And they do. And so that was great.
You did a live with her recently, right?
Yes.
We someone else. I feel like I had to leave. I was in the middle of doing something. But
it's on our Instagram page. So Inahsi Naturals Instagram page. You can see the interview I did with Carla about Coming to America and some other things. We had a very good conversation, so you can check that out on our Instagram page.
So another question. So I love DIYs. What food do you recommend for protein?
You're asking a chemist? Now let me stop.
I don't have any comments on this one. I hate DIY.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't yogurt and like eggs. I feel like those are things that people very often put in their hair.
Yeah, yogurt and egg, they do, but just so you'll know that those things do not penetrate the hair shaft, which is where you need the protein. You need the protein for the structure of the hair. So I use those things. It'll make your hair shiny and so forth, but it's not going to penetrate the hair and it's not going to do its job because they're too big. The molecules are too big. So you need something you need something hydrolyzed. You need hydrolyzed. So when they say hydrolyzed, whatever, hydrolyzed oats, hydrolyzed, quinoa, hydrolyzed, oats, wheat,
so
basically all the foods. You can do the foods, but make sure it's got hydrolyzed in front.
So those aren't things that so there's nothing that you can purchase in a supermarket, in your opinion, that's going to be really great for protein treatments then?
Not
because
really.
the molecules are
because the molecules are, like I said, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I guess we couldn't help you out on that one. And like for me, I don't have the patience to make my own stuff, so that's why I work on that's why I do other people's products.
Right.
So my hypofro, I have high density, high porosity hair with fine strands. That sounds difficult to take care of. So that would I guess you have to be really gentle with your hair, right? I mean, the high porosity and the fine strands, I feel like that combination make your hair a little bit more fragile. Is that what you find? Okay, so what do you recommend for coarse hair types? What do you want to style wash and goes, and you typically go for heavy gel. So are you looking for a recommendation for styling a wash and go with coarse hair, and that you typically go for heavy gels? I think that's what the question is here.
So you can use what because we have a Rock Your Curls curling cream, And so we are definitely for our line. We do have a curl cream that really is great for for your high porosity hair, for your coarse hair. Oh, I hear. Okay,
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
I'm like, okay,
that's really cool.
You learning something new, huh?
That's convenient. Yeah, no, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So what I would recommend is our curl cream. Our Rock Your Curls curling cream will really get your curls popping. And actually, coming down the pipeline, we do have a more of a heavier hair gel for those hard hold gels. So because our custard is more so for fine wavy hair textures. I mean, even though coarse hair textures can use it, but it's lightweight. It's not heavy enough to really give you that hold that you would need. So we are in the works with something more, with a little bit more oomph. But right now, our Rock Your Curls curling cream with our aloe hibiscus leave-in together will get your wash and go popping.
Okay, great to know. Okay, so I have another question here about do you have any exciting plans for the future of your brand? But it sounds like you're coming out with new products recently. You're kind of moving forward. You've got your EU certification. You were in Coming to America. It sounds like things are just like actively in motion for you. So that's anything you want to add. But no, we're closing in on an hour here. So I guess if there are any other questions, I feel like I tend to just let my lives just like go on for way too long. So we should probably.
Oh no! Yeah.
We should probably. No, this was really great. I'm really glad that you agreed to come on here, and I can't wait to review your products.
Yes.
If there are any final questions, let us know. We can wait a few seconds to see if anything comes in. Otherwise, thank you everyone for joining, and I hope this was helpful for you. And it's always great to meet the brand owners. I want to do a lot more of these. So
it's good to be here. Good to be here. Any more?
Okay. All right. I guess nothing's coming in, so I guess we can end this. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you again, Rhonda, for joining. It was great speaking with you. You can go to my website on the brands and deals page at uptightcurls.com. I have the coupon code Uptight15 if you want to shop anything on inahsi.com. And I guess that is pretty much it. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you for having me, Amanda. I really appreciate it. I love it. I enjoyed myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And also make sure you follow Inahsi on Instagram. It's just Inahsi, right? Or is it Inahsi Naturals?
Inahsi Naturals. Inahsi Naturals on Instagram. Follow us there. And make sure you go to our website, sign up to our email. We have some great announcements coming. So make sure you want to get involved with that. So www.inahsi.com is the website. Yep.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right. You
in the world.
All right. Bye-bye.